Welcome back to Moto Guzzi, and we've got ourselves some new fuel hose. Yes, if in case you're in any doubt, there it is. We've also got ourselves some more of these single ear jobs, a variety of, for about $15, I think. So we should have plenty to be getting on with. I'm actually going to stick to the thinner pipe for the fuel lines themselves, just because I like it, and it's not so bulky. But these, I think we're going to be using for the oil lines. Yes, those nasty things there, which we've been slowly but surely gaining access to by removing electrical components, archaic devices, as you can see. So while I get the rest of that out of the way, you got time to subscribe down there somewhere and give the video the thumb up, of course. So let's get on with it. Having removed the other coil, the bottom coil, we've got access to the oil lines down there. And that unit you see there joined with a nut, there is a new one available on eBay, which I might just get rather than try and replace the piping on that. And then there's all this other pipage, which goes from the rocker covers, the cylinder heads, to this oil sump, for want of a better word, junction box. And then that one is some kind of overflow that just dumps it on the road down there. Yeah. Plus we've got our breather hose here. So that's ordered for the grand total of $26.95 plus shipping and tax and all that kind of stuff. Meantime, I've been looking at the catch can situation, and I think that could work. It all depends on what kind of battery we're going to be able to get and how and where it's going to fit. Hopefully slightly smaller than that monstrosity. So as you can see, these oil lines are just like brake lines, with the banjo fittings and the bolts with a hole in there to allow the oil through. Just undo the other side. So there's that piece, nicely and easily removed. I'll say easily, but as you can see, this pipe here actually just snapped. That's how brittle and old these are. So good job we're replacing them. Yes, I think we can safely say those were in need of replacement. There's the brake, and there's another brake. Yeah, we have our new hose marked up for cutting to replace that horrible lot. I think we better clean them up a bit, eh? So these are really tricky to get to. But amazingly, despite the condition of the oil pipes themselves, these Jubilee clips, hose clips, are coming loose relatively easily. Nothing you can't do with a big screwdriver. So I've managed to lever that off down the bottom there, because the Jubilee clips at the top of that oil catch tank, whatever the hell it is, were in such a position that you couldn't get to them with a screwdriver, so I had to release the bottom one. So we've levered it off the actual crankcase, whatever. I'm going to get that out of the way, and then hopefully we can pull it out the back end. I hope. It's almost like doing an organ transplant, right? Looks kind of like a heart, beating heart. Well, it kind of is, right? It's supplying oil to all the various bits that need it. What shall we do with it? Well, first up, we're going to make those a little bit shorter when we try to put it back in, because as you know, when you take stuff out and it's difficult, when you try and put it back in, it's even more difficult. And then we got to find something that's that size. Yes, none of the stuff we got kicking around. Well, there it is, with all its veins and arteries detached. And what was interesting is that this one here had a hose over a hose, which is not ideal. So we'll have to see what that's all about, because obviously it's a very small pipe which attaches to another very small pipe. So why it was double sleeved, I don't know. Luckily it's a very short piece and we have plenty of pipage kicking around. Either way, I don't think I want to paint that red. I don't want to highlight that monstrosity. I either clean it up, paint it black, or actually try and strip all the paint off it, I think. Just have it silver, metal. So I've cleaned it up a bit more, ready for paint, and I'm going to try this thing again. Not impressed with it, as you know, but we'll give it another go, eh? Right, finished cooking. Let's see. Vastly different. Still fairly unimpressed with this. Not really much cleaner, is it? Yeah. Yeah, that's better still. I used matte black high heat paint just because I think it will get slightly warm, hopefully not to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be a problem if your oil's running at that kind of temperature. To be honest, I just had a little left over from the exhaust pipes, and I'm going to be using it again on the fins. I have decided I'm going to paint them black, leave this silver. Anyway, that's another episode. So let's get crimping. I'll make that 15mm, near as damn it. We are ready to crimp. Lovely. So that's those done. Finishing touch on that, and still waiting for our new part. As for the thicker tube, we have several available to us in stock already. Oh, I think this boy's going to do it. That's for that short downward pipe that fits onto there and there. And then, of course, we've got that kind of overflow dump pipe, which pours the oil just in front of the back wheel. Anyway, that looks a different size again, so I think that one might work. No, I know, Moto Guzzi, why use the same size oil line for everything when you can use 3 different sizes? And if you remember, for ease of reinstallation, we want to keep those as short as possible. So I think that's about 2 centimeters there, 20mm, and it's about the same on top of the crank, so a total of 40mm. So we will be cutting those hoses no larger than 50mm in length, but not now, for 2 good reasons. Firstly, while we have all that clobber off, it gives us better access to paint the cylinder heads, as I said, and the frame, which we're going to be doing as well, which could well be coming up in the next episode. So I think we'll call it a day for now, and we'll refit all the oil and fuel lines in a later episode. So in order to make sure you catch both of those, you better subscribe down here if you haven't already. Give the video the thumbs up. And of course, encourage others to watch my lunacy.